Alright, y'all. Started again. I'm so sorry, y'all. Um, yeah, and so, let's start from the beginning. Um, the first time we met, she was walking up the steps, and I don't know what I was doing. I don't know where she was coming from. And she was talking and talking and talking. And I was like, this person sounds interesting. So, then afterwards, we started talking, right? That was in, I think like 2003, y'all. Don't quote me on it, because I'm not really sure. So next thing you know, she called me, and then after she called me, then we started talking and talking and talking and talking, right? And then after that, we would just constantly talk on the phone. I would go upstairs to her house, because like I said, she's upstairs and I'm downstairs, right? And then from there, after we started talking, we started slowly getting to know each other better. And she used to tell me about her family and the way she was being treated at the time. And I used to tell her about my family, and and that's basically how we connected. It's kind of like trauma that connected us and bonded us together, And then from there, we started talking more and more and more. And then she would have barbecues, family barbecues, and family outings. She would invite me to the family outings, right? And I would go to the family outings, right? And then from there, she would say to me, "Yeah, Miss Thomas, I didn't like the way I was being treated when I was younger." And I was telling her, "Don't feel bad. I was treated the same way as well," right? And so I know what she was going through, and she knew what I was going through. And then after a while, we would constantly go to each other's family outings. But she had more family outings than I did. My family outings, not so much. But afterwards, I would invite her. I would go upstairs to her house constantly. And then from there, she would come down to my house. We would constantly keep each other company. We understood what the other was going through, because our families were just like that towards us. They were singling us out. That's how we started meeting and dealing with each other. We bonded through trauma, but it wasn't a really bad bond. We had our differences and all. Sometimes she would do stuff that I didn't like, and I would do stuff that she didn't like, y'all. But we just kept it moving, And we was constantly at it. Sometimes we were at it, sometimes we weren't. But overall, we was just there for each other. If she needed something, or if I needed something, she was constantly there for me. And I really appreciated that from the bottom of my heart. Don't mind me, y'all, folding clothes. Okay, y'all? So from there, when I would go to my mother's house to visit my mother, I would bring her along too. We were just enjoying each other's company, y'all. That's the most important thing at the end of the day, is that you have a friend that you could bond with. And then after a while, I went and somebody gave, my sister's friend gave me pepper. We'll talk about pepper in another video. Yeah, pretty much. And she loves pepper as well, but like I said, we'll talk about pepper in another video. After that, she would do something that I didn't like, right? Okay, we wouldn't speak. Probably for about a year. The most it ever lasted with us not speaking is about a year or so, and that's it. It never lasted for more than a year, because first off, I can't even stay angry at somebody for too long. You know, after a while, it starts getting old and it starts getting redundant. It starts getting repetitive, and it's not good for your health. You know. So, I would talk to her again, even though she was always doing something I didn't like, or either maybe I was doing something that she would like, didn't like, and we would constantly go at it. But at the end of the day, it was okay that we would go at it because that's just normal. And then after that, next thing you know, she would do something else I didn't like, and then I would stop talking to her again, right? But again, that was okay. Because after a while, I started talking to her again. She would constantly do the same thing. Okay? And then after that, she always had a lot of family outings. Oh, and then I forgot to mention that her sister, when her sister knew that we was like that, she would constantly egg us on to talk. So then we started talking, right? Me and my friend started talking again, and I was happy that we started talking because I really didn't have, you know, being that I don't have any friends or anything like that, or somebody that just like me for me, and that's it. So she was always good like that, you know. Yeah, and then after that, next thing you know is I'm gonna fast forward this little video right here that I have going on. She started working, but at the end of the day, she was still calling me, and I always started speaking to her when she started working. All right, y'all. And then after we started speaking, she started calling me still, and I was happy about that. I was just impressed by it all because she's the type of friend that never wanted for anything. She accepted me for me. She didn't want to be my friend because I had this or she had that, or it's like what I could do for her or what she could do for me, because that's not the type of person that she is, right? And so that was really, really, really good. Because like I said before, there's a lot of people that don't even speak to me like that because I guess I can't do something for them, so they don't want to be bothered with me. She's just genuine like that when she was here, and I missed that a lot. We've been through our ups and downs at the end of the day, y'all, but at the end of the day, we still loved each other, even though we was constantly back and forth, right, y'all? But we still cared for each other, even though we was always on the up and up, or either on the out and out, either or, you know? At the end of the day, she understood me, and I understood her. And, let's fast forward. The next thing you know, she winds up sick, and I didn't even know she was sick because you know, like I said before, we was always on either the outs or the ups. The outs meaning not speaking, the ups meaning still speaking, in case you want to know what that means. So I just broke that down for y'all. Next thing you know, she winded up getting sick. She winded up in the I think she had a stroke or something like that, y'all. And then after that, the last time I spoke to her, she was in the ICU. And then from there, after she went to the, not the ICU, she was in the rehab place. And then from there, that's the last time I spoke to her, was when she was in the rehab place. And then from there, next thing you know, I went to, her son called me and told me, Kendra, my mother's in the hospital. I know you said you wanted to see her. And I was like, oh my goodness. Next thing you know, I went and saw her. And at the end of the day, y'all, sorry, I get emotional when I do this part. Please forgive me. Next thing you know, and I saw her in the hospital, the ICU in the hospital. She didn't look so good. She didn't look good at all. But all I know is that, what I mean by she didn't look so good, let me elaborate, was that she was like laying there, but me and the lady that was in the building, we was talking about her. We was like, one thing about her is she always looked out for people. Even if she didn't have y'all, she was looking out for you. You know? She didn't hardly have anything and she was still looking out for you. That's the type of person that she was, you know? And I miss that, you know? So, then the next thing you know, I think it was like, oh, she died on, I told y'all in the previous video that I did like about a week ago, that she died on January 5th, my granddaughter's birthday. Yeah, so that was the last time I was able to speak to her. Child, let me tell y'all, it's been rough. It's been so rough ever since her passing. It's like, I'm like in between moods. I'm getting irritated, and she has somebody living in her house. Her son used to live there as well, but he had to move. It's like a whole brouhaha. But I just miss her so much, y'all. Y'all just don't know. That was my girl right there. No matter how much we was on the up and up or the out and outs, we was always speaking. And that's the last time I got a chance to see her, and I just miss her so much. I haven't really been the same ever since. It's just that by the grace of the ancestors, I'm still here. You know, still praying for her family as well. You know, but it's not the same without her at all. That's my buddy. I don't care what we went through in life in those 25 years that we known each other, from always doing stuff that we didn't like to each other. At the end of the day, I still loved her. I would constantly tell her when she was in the rehab, you have to get out of this place because these doctors don't give a damn about you. They don't care about nothing about you. And then she was like, oh, I'm trying. They don't care, you know? It's like, I was constantly telling her that. And then I went to the funeral. Oh my goodness. I was tongue-tied, y'all. I was just in shock. And after the funeral, sometimes I be feeling like I'm going downhill. She's not there physically, you know? Like I said before, while she was in rehab, her son was there. And when her son was there, it was always so nice to know that she had her son living there. You know, y'all? And her son winded up leaving. So it's like now, it's just not the same. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing it, and sometimes I feel like I'm not able to be in that apartment at all, because it's just like, it's not the same anymore without her being upstairs, because she was like the best friend I ever had. And at the end of the day, also, I talk to her the most. I talk to my family, but her, I talk to way more than my family. And we was always doing stuff for each other. I always made sure that she was good, and she definitely made sure I was good, y'all. You know, it's just that message for the day, y'all, in this video is, when you have really good friends, always remember to cherish that friend, no matter what y'all go through. You know, always remember to make up, because you don't know how life is so short. And she used to give me hints, like, she used to be like, what you gonna do? Are you gonna cry when I'm no longer here? And I used to be like, stop talking like that. Don't keep talking like that, because I don't like that kind of talk. And I was crying and crying. as I was saying it, but she was serious, but at the time I didn't really think about it, you know, y'all? Yeah, but when she was in the rehab, she used to constantly call me, but the last time she was in the rehab, she was like, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to call you. And then she sent the video, and she was like, she sent another video. She sent the text, and make sure you take care of it, Dennis, get back. So I was like, okay, do that. And so, message like I said for today is, if you have a loved one, or you have friends and family or something like that, make sure you tell them that you love them. Okay? Because you don't know how short life is, and you just don't know, you know? It's just days like this that I wish she was here. She's the only one that really talked to me. Yeah, it's just crazy. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, just make sure y'all do that. Because at the end of the day, we don't know when life is going to end, you know? Or life is going to begin. But anyways, thank y'all very much for listening to me, okay? And thank you for watching the video as well. Any of y'all that stayed, it really, really, really means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart, okay? Alright, bye.